Well, this is hard for many to believe. As many as 1 million Google accounts may have been hit with malicious malware, infecting mainly Android devices. Cybersecurity software company Check Point found that the malware, named Gooligan, has been hacking into accounts since August. It's being called the biggest ever theft of Google accounts. And CNET section editor Dan Ackerman is at the CNET studios in New York. Okay, Dan, Google is known for having incredible security. So explain how this malware affects users and what the hackers are trying to do here.
Sure. The way this malware gets on your Android phone is because you go to other third-party sites that have apps. Unlike an iPhone, with an Android phone, you can really download an app anywhere, not just the official Google Play Store. And if you download an infected app, well, then you've got this infection, which then roots your phone. It gets in under the operating system and gives it access to your Google account, which is tied into your Android phone, because Android is from Google and your Google account is from Google. So you've kind of handed them the keys to the store.
So what makes Android devices so vulnerable to widespread hacks like this one?
The problem is something we call fragmentation. There's a new version of Android that came out fairly recently, but between this new version and the version before it, only maybe like 20% of Android phones are running current software. On an iPhone, in contrast, something like 90% of iOS devices are running either iOS 10 or iOS 9. On the Android side, you have all these different old versions, and you can't keep them all patched. People do not install updates and security patches, and that's why that Android system is very vulnerable to malware. You may not even know that your phone is vulnerable.
Wow. So how do people protect themselves?
The most important thing to do is, especially if you have an Android device, keep it updated. Make sure you have the latest version of the Android operating system on there. This particular malware will not work on Android devices that have Android version 6 and above. So you want to make sure you have at least that. And if you have an older one, I would frankly just do a clean install with a new OS update.
All right. CNET editor Dan Ackerman. Thanks for joining us, Dan.
Thank you.